All right, so welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
You know, we love to look into these stories, and today's is all about a really cool connection
Yeah.
with a waitress named Lucy
Hmm.
and a stray cat named Diplo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're going to be looking at a story about the two of them and the unexpected
Yeah.
chaos and laughs that their lives bring together.
Yeah. This is a good one. This is kind of like a modern day
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes
Oh, yeah.
with more spilled
A
cereal.
little bit less existential dread.
Right. Exactly.
They're more just fun, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right off the bat, I think what grabs you is like this
Yeah.
kind of primal urge that we have to
Hmm.
help animals that are in need.
Yeah.
You know, it's a rainy night.
Mhm.
Lucy's coming home from a long shift.
Mhm.
She's exhausted, and there's this like
Yeah.
shivering wet cat on her porch.
Oh,
and
I know. I've fallen for that a
Yeah.
couple times.
a couple times at least. Yeah.
And you think you're offering a little shelter, and then bam.
Oh,
Yeah.
You've signed up for like a lifetime.
Years
Yeah.
of cat chaos.
Years of cat-themed chaos.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know.
Yeah, but what's cool here is that Diplo, he doesn't really play that like damsel in distress card for too long.
Yeah.
He doesn't just like slink in all timidly and like,
Right.
oh, so grateful. You know,
Mhm.
he struts right in like he owns the place.
Yeah.
Like almost like you could hear him thinking, oh,
yeah.
Boo Bowl scratching post, you got all that ready for me.
Like he came straight out of like a cat CEO reference. Demand the dream.
Demand the dream, exactly.
You know, but speaking of demanding, let's talk about this name Diplo.
Yeah.
Right?
How perfect is that?
So Lucy tries all these like normal,
Yeah.
sweet little cat names,
Right.
and he's just not having it.
Yeah.
It's only when she throws out diplomat of destruction
Right.
that he finally reacts. It's
Yeah.
almost like he's saying,
Yeah.
ah, you find that you get me.
Finally, someone who gets me. Yeah.
Right. And I think this speaks to our tendency to
Yeah.
give animals these human-like personalities.
Project that onto them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we see our own little quirks in them.
Yeah.
We think their antics are funny, and then suddenly, like,
Yeah.
they're not just pets. They're like,
They're little roommates.
Yeah.
With interior lives.
yeah, exactly.
You see that all the time on social media.
Huh.
People make up whole narratives about their
Yeah.
pets' every move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of narratives, Diplo's breakfast routine
Yeah, right.
is like a work of art.
It's a masterpiece.
So picture this, you know, Lucy's pouring a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
Diplo's on the counter, just like looking at it.
Watching intently. Yeah.
Right. And the second she turns around, bam.
Paw on the bill.
On the bowl. Chaos ensues.
Yep.
You know, my cat actually does the same thing with my coffee.
Really?
It's like they plan this stuff out.
I know.
These little adorable sociopaths.
Well, you know what? That actually brings up a good point.
Yeah.
About feline intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just random mischief,
Yeah.
right? They're observing, they're learning your routines,
Yeah.
and then they're figuring out how to exploit them. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like problem solving
Yeah.
on a level that we really underestimate
Yeah.
in animals,
Yeah.
especially our pets, you know?
Especially those
They're much smarter than we give them credit for.
way smarter. And it's not just breakfast,
Oh, no.
right? He takes his nocturnal antics to a whole other level.
Yeah.
You know, 1 minute, everything's fine the next minute.
Yeah.
You've got Diplo, like, on top of a mountain of spilled pasta, looking
Yes.
so proud.
Totally unfazed.
Yeah. I mean, was he hungry? Was he bored? Was this, like,
Yeah.
some kind of abstract art project? What's going on here?
What's the motivation?
Yeah.
Well, you have to keep in mind,
Yeah.
cats are what's called crepuscular. So they're most active at dawn and dusk,
Okay.
but they can also be super adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
And Diplo's obviously figured out that
Right.
nighttime is prime time
Yes.
for getting away with stuff
For a little mischief.
when his human's less likely to catch him.
So basically, he's working the night shift
Right.
while Lucy's trying to sleep.
Exactly.
What a sneaky little guy.
Yeah.
But you know, you gotta admire
You got to admire the dedication.
the dedication to the chaos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It wasn't just the pasta, though, right?
Oh, no.
This story mentions this whole other thing
Right.
where Diplo's running around with her bra in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is that? Is that helping with the laundry? Is he
Right.
giving fashion advice? I don't...
What's the thought process there?
Yeah.
Well, it might seem weird to us,
Right.
but for cats, smell is everything.
Oh.
Like they use their sense of smell
okay.
to navigate the whole world, and like
Mm-hmm.
your laundry, especially worn clothes. It's like this giant billboard
Yeah.
that says, "This is my human."
Okay.
So
So he's not trying to steal it.
he's not trying to steal it. No.
Okay.
He's just claiming it.
Oh.
marking it with his scent
Yeah.
and saying, this belongs to my family.
So less fashion faux pas and more like,
Right.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a feline love language.
Oh, that's actually really sweet.
Yeah.
But, for all that chaotic energy,
Yeah.
there's some really tender moments in their story,
Oh,
too,
sorry.
that really show, like, how close they are.
Yeah.
So there's this one part where Lucy comes home
Uh-huh.
from just a terrible day at work,
Yeah.
just feeling completely defeated,
Mhm.
and Diplo walks over and
Yeah.
just, like, gently puts his paw on her hand. It's
Ah.
like he knew how she was feeling and was
Oh.
trying to make her feel better.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a perfect example
Yeah.
of how emotionally intelligent animals can be.
Yeah.
Especially cats. I mean, they might not get
Right.
like all the details of our human problems,
Right.
but they're so good at reading our energy,
Yeah.
our body language,
Yeah.
how our voices sound.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually more and more research
Yeah.
showing that even just petting an animal
Yeah.
can really lower our cortisol levels,
Right.
which is that stress hormone.
Yeah. It's like they have this ability to, like, ground us
Totally.
and bring us back to the present.
Yeah, and that's super powerful when
Yeah.
we're feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah. It kind of makes you think, are we training them or are they training us?
That's a great question.
To just chill out.
Who's training who? I think it's probably a little bit of both.
Probably. Yeah.
We influence each other.
Yeah.
We learn from each other.
Yeah.
And it's that exchange
Right.
that makes the bond so strong.
I like that. But we can't forget that Diplo is still the king of chaos.
Oh, he is.
So there's this other part in the story where Lucy's trying to fold laundry,
Uh-huh.
and Diplo decides that her nice, neat piles of clothes are the perfect feline playground.
Yeah.
He jumps in the basket, rolls around, clothes are flying everywhere,
Yeah.
and he just looks at her like,
Like what?
it's laundry time.
It's laundry time.
Right.
Of course.
It's like cats just have zero respect
Yeah.
for our human attempts at being organized.
Right, like they're the embodiment of
Yeah.
embrace the chaos.
Yes. And maybe that's a good lesson for all of us.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get so caught up
Yeah.
in trying to control everything,
Right.
keep everything perfect in its place,
Mm-hmm.
that we forget to just let go
Yeah.
and have fun.
Yeah. And who better to remind us of that
Right.
than a cat
Exactly.
who looks at a laundry basket and thinks,
Adventure time.
adventure time.
Yeah.
It's that like
I mean,
pure joy.
That instinct to play
Yeah.
and explore.
And it's so infectious.
Totally.
And I love how Lucy reacts to it.
What does she do?
She's just like,
Yeah.
you do realize I pay for this chaos.
Oh, that's great.
And I bet he just like blinked at her.
Yeah, with that classic.
Not my problem.
Yeah, not my problem. But honestly,
Yeah.
in that moment,
Yeah.
it probably wasn't her problem.
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta
Yes, yeah.
surrender to the craziness.
Right, just go with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like Diplo's this furry life coach telling us to just like let loose.
Yes.
Yeah. Enjoy it all.
Absolutely.
So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive
Yeah.
into Lucy and Diplo's crazy world,
Hmm.
what are some of the big takeaways here?
Well, I think it shows
Yeah.
like how the best connections
Mm-hmm.
can come from the most random places.
Yeah.
Like love, companionship,
Right.
even a sense of purpose
Yeah.
can come from sources you don't expect.
And it's not just about finding those connections. It's about like learning to roll with it,
Yeah.
with all the quirks and chaos.
Embrace the chaos.
Right. I mean, who knew a cat who loves cereal? And laundry baskets could teach us so much
I know, it's amazing.
about life.
Yeah, it's about accepting
Yeah.
that life is unpredictable.
Right.
Letting go of trying to control everything
Mhm.
and finding the joy in the little
Yeah.
absurd moments.
Yes.
And sometimes the best teachers for that
Yeah.
come with 4 legs and a purr.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So for all of you listening out there,
Yeah.
maybe this has got you thinking about your
Yeah.
own unexpected connections.
Yeah. Have you ever been surprised
Yeah.
by like where you found comfort,
Yeah.
humor, or a sense of belonging?
Like a furry friend teaching you to embrace chaos.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a person that
Yeah.
you connected with when you least expected it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to think about
Mm-hmm.
those relationships that
Yeah.
have changed your life.
Yeah. In ways you never saw coming.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Uh-huh.
And on that note,
Yeah.
thank you all so much for joining us.
Yes.
For this deep dive
Yeah.
into Lucy and Diplo's world,
This is a good one.
full of chaos and heart.
Lots of laughs.
And we'll be back soon.
Yes, we will.
with another fascinating story.
We'll see you then.
But until then, keep exploring, keep laughing, and maybe give your furry friends
Yes.
a little extra love today.
And remember,
Yeah.
sometimes the best adventures,
Mm-hmm.
the most important lessons,
Yeah.
and the strongest connections
Yeah.
are waiting for us right outside our comfort zones.
That's right.
Maybe even taking a nap on our porch.
Maybe so.